go, map number 1. And towards B is where they head. All 5 members for dupreeh to deal with. A little bit of sound cue being made. Magisk in the backline's here with utility to help him out, but they're quite aggressive.
Though, Magisk, this could do so much damage if he times it right. It's for the boost. He knows they boost on pistol, and this nade's gonna chunk it if he gets it right. He lined it up for the boost. Throw it, bro, throw it! Oh dear, does not find its targets, but he has found the head, and another added to the list. It's Magisk onto keto. dupreeh doubles down. In fact, that's 3. Taking these fights with the USP, and he wants another one. dupreeh quad killing the pistol to get Astralis off that starting mark.
All right, well, that's what we're looking for here. Nice, clean way to do things.
You see the lineup, though? These boys have done their homework. Astralis.
This is right. I feel like Big have to win. Well, actually, maybe my mind's changed a little bit. I thought coming into this, maybe Big were going to have to win this map to at least take us to a 3rd in the series. But the fact Astralis have picked into Dust 2, we were talking about the fact earlier in the year it was a home map for Big. So there's no reason that they can't just come alive and have an absolute ball terror of a game. But let's get focused here on round number 2. It is going to be a 4 spy coming in. Sirison on that scout. Of course, we're going to see plenty of that here. Deagles for the other 4. And 4 smoke grenades as well. But look at that nade damage, chunking them down early. Keto, Sirison operating with very, very low HP, below that 40 mark. Another nade from Magisk now as well. And that's going to take Sirison out of the picture. So a 4-on-5 and no one's even been spotted.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Couldn't ask for more. Astralis' ramp control is something that I've thoroughly enjoyed, watched develop over the course of Vertigo, and no exception into our second round. A deep smoke, 3 nades in quick succession. Takes down that fully invested scout, and Device finding another. It's Antares, and he finds Tabson on the hunt as well. That's enough. Round over. It is only keto with the scavenged scout. He'd have to be given something, and Zipex is giving him nothing. Look at the angle. Can I see it from Zipex's POV? Yeah, okay, so back against the wall, and just watching the cross to scaff. It's a tight line, very powerful to be held by an AWP, but in this round, even an MP9 serviceable. Pound for pound and all that, Chad.
Yeah, almost there, but he's going to think better at hanging around, wanting to keep this cleaner, Astralis. If they can make sure that Big don't get any kills, that's going to zap them of confidence as well. And that economy game we're going to talk wondrous amounts of here, but another quick little spot from Zipex, another bit of utility, another reposition, 30 seconds on the clock. Now, Big are just hoping to be offered something, and Megas says no. The bombs drop now towards the front of the site. He finds the final frag. Tizian goes down, and that's round number 2. Still clean as you like for Astralis.
0 deaths across the board, dude.
Yeah, keep that going for as long as you can. You know, we talk about the 5 headshot strategy. That's a pretty good one. But staying alive, that one works too. So Astralis is setting themselves up very pretty here. The flow-on effects of this is no guns will need to be reinvested. We know the Big went for the 4 spy. At very best, they have Keto right now on a Deagle. There's a nade for Tabson. There's a P250 or 2 picked up for the likes of Tizian and Zentares, but they need to try and find just a little bit of impact to keep Astralis honest here. They're already operating with full sets of utility.
Ooh.
Oh.
Not ideal, didn't quite study hard enough in trigonometry class, and Magisk has got 2 to deal with in middle. Looks like he's got support from dupreeh, and problem solved. Charging at B, a bomb plants the dream. dupreeh's there to deny, or at least that's his intention. They actually flashed themselves. It was actually a CT flash slowing down Searson's cross, and now dupreeh can collect an easy frag, maybe even a pair, as he looks to try and dunk Zentares down. It is a lovely 1-2 punch. Astralis are looking very fierce.
Yeah, I don't think Glaive had head armor there. It looked like his head exploded, and now that M4 has been picked up by Tabson. So if he can, I was going to say, get a kill or throw it away, he might do a bit of damage, but Zipex will pick that one up. It's going to be scavenged across, and things are still sitting pretty for Astralis. 3 rounds played, 1 death conceded, and now the buy will come out from Big. You can see Sirison straight onto that AWP. He's going to be operating with Kevlar and just 1 flashbang, but all of his other teammates with the AK-47s and the full sets of utility. So we're now going to get into the game, as it were. Some bonus guns being kept across for the likes of Device on the Famous Glaive on the UMP. See if they want to go for anything aggressive with this lower weaponry. 3 players over towards A, 1 supporting with utility.
Okay, seeing the flash thrown out. And aggression from Glaive. Oh, I'm not sure Big are ready for this. Searson's making so much noise, and oh, that was the frag he was waiting for. Magisk just a little lackadaisical around the sandbags. Wide swing into the AWP, and Big Clan have found their 2nd frag of the map, of the series. To trade it back, you can hear the scoping. Glaive wants to put some pressure on. He's going to smoke bridge. They either retreat or they fight. That's the plan. Into B, Zentares. He's already found dupreeh, trying to punish. Device is the only one that can cover the gap. Molly's from mid. This is great pressure from Big. This is feeling like a mid-B pincer.
It's a
They're
full rotate as
all
well.
over the map. Zentara's lingering in the smoke. Look at that. He's done enough. He's got the sight. He can sit in the smoke for 15 seconds as the bomb starts to maneuver its way towards them.
They're out of utility now. Oh, lucky kill from Zentara's there. If he goes down, he still could be in a bit of trouble here. That nade from Glaive could come into play. The bomb's only coming over at this juncture.
Oh, 2 HP from the HE, and now Glaive needs a double. Actually finds it. Zipex can clutch. Oh no, Big Clan. So much of the heavy lifting done by Zentara's, and Zipex has been handed his all-time specialty, a 1v2, made manageable through the heavy lifting of both Glaive and Dupree. 30 seconds. Searson, we spoke about him at the desk. One of their clutch factors, one of their newest additions and most impressive players of the season. Looking for the angle, he spots him and he doesn't quite pull the trigger. A catastrophe for Big Clan after the very best shot they've had. And he even loses his AWP.
There were so many problems there with that rotation. It looked good, right? Because Zentara's had the B control. We could see that. Yeah, but the issue was there was no residual utility left over. It was one flashbang, and I think they found a Molotov in transition. And Glaive was aware of that. The fact that he pushed forward, takes Zentara's out of that forward position, and even finds a second. That is the key impact frags right there. And yeah, I'd be taking a timeout if I was Biggs as well, because that was the round. That should have been their first round on the board there. They did the heavy lifting in regards to at least fragging. And Zipex steals it away. So very good signs for Astralis here. He picks up an AWP. That's given to Device, who went into that round with only a FAMAS. So again, Astralis is sitting pretty, whereas Big already operating with that max loss bonus. I feel that Toby might just be talking them through this, giving them just calm it down. It's still early stages. Map number 1, no dramas.
Yeah, that's a heart wrencher though. They certainly can. I think it was Zentara's who threw out his smoke. He's going to be. I hope it doesn't get under his skin that the absence of utility cost them there. He threw out his. You know, he's so trigger happy. He's got the kill on B. He's like, I dropped my smoke. He's not going to sit there and go, has anyone else got one? Do I need to save this? You know, he's in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, rotation took forever.
It did. It really did.
Look at this from Big. They're actually being pretty conservative.
Ooh, Dupree, chill out, man.
Whoa.
I can't believe he didn't pull the trigger. Does get traded. This is a panic molly pushed by Tapson. Does get the frag. Glaive has managed to lock down the initial B aggressions, and there's more where that came from. They're starting to stack. Astralis have hit the panic button, and it's working out pretty damn well. Mopped up by Magisk. He sweeps him under the rug, and the half buy from Big Clan finds nothing more than a single frag.
Yeah, I want to make a note of this early. It's how quick Astralis seemed to be responding to the lion's share of the big members there. How quick they all rotated across. They didn't wait with anybody over towards A just in case. They rotated everybody over. That bomb gets dropped in the early stages, and you can already see how many players are ready and raring just to defend the B bomb site. So good stuff from Astralis within these early stages. We've got Keto and Tabson yet to get on the board, and Sirius and the Star Orpa with the AWP, but only 1 kill. So let's keep our eyes on him.
And now some B-Stairs aggression. A new twist in the tail. Device given the responsibility. Oh, look at the slither gap he was working with there. So they've got ramp and stairs, Chad. They've kind of got the everything a CT could dream of, and Glaive's baiting in Dupree.
And he even gets the kill. Look at that. He wants more. It's Glaive jumping up and down, seeing if he can find a second. But in the meantime, Tizian's been able to find some room.
Punishing. That's the B prong gone. Tizian was mid. They're going to have to regroup now. The bomb was loose. Ramp was held nicely by Device and Zipex. And their setup is flawless. Even nade damage found as Tapson arrives on ramp. Tizian's trying to rotate to join him. This will require Searson to do some very aggressive T-sided AWPing here to find an opening. Maybe even a run boost across.
Oh, they're vacating the site here. So they're aware that mid was open for a period of time. Just clearing the backlines of Zipex and Device. Hyper aware of this potential flank. And this has actually opened the door towards A. So the bomb can go down.
Yeah. There's a chance for Device's AWP to find a target. Tapson's gone, and now things get awkward. Very awkward. How are you supposed to hold this at bay? 4, closing the gap. There's a smoke, there's a kit. It's a recipe for an Astralis retake. One coming from ramp on the flank. Searson's going to be pushed by Dupree. It's all about timing here. A smoke on the bomb will be the cue for Dupree to start moving. He knows attention will be drawn elsewhere. The smoke's been thrown. Astralis with a flash and a go. Here it comes. Action. Flank from Dupree. Spots 1. Loud, but Searson's quick. Needs more. Flash for short and a frag. They're on the bomb, and he hits the shot. Oh, what a transfer from Tizian. That's round winning. There's no time for the defuse, and they do convert 2 versus 4. Tizian and Searson Pull it across the line for the first for Big Clan.
Oh, yeah, Tizian needs to get a bit of a pay.
Pull it across the line for the first for Big Clan.
Oh, yeah, Tizian needs to get a bit of a pay rise after a round like that. You have to remember that it wasn't only those 2 kills there to close out the round, it was the fact that he opened the door to A with his mid kill onto Magus much earlier in the piece. This doesn't happen unless Device and DreamHack start searching back towards middle and leave A unintended. So that right there is a huge play from Big. They found the gap. Look, it's very unlikely that happens again, but they're able to close it on out. Yeah, I'd be surprised with how that one went down too. But that's great for Big. They're finally on the board. They may maintain that AWP, and they forced Astralis to fully reinvest. Nobody was able to save any of their goodies right there, so a very punishing round.
All right.
Now Big might be able to get this one started.
Yeah, Keto desperately avoiding the 007 condemnation. It's 1 death away. Round 7, first map, final series, day 2. So taking a mid-peak. I'm always down for a bit of warp action off the break. Rush, feed me if we're seeing anything. Doesn't seem like he's going to get any challenges off the break, so calm ourselves down. Just
2 of them over
they
here,
are on the way. They boost, interesting. Oh, not ideal. There we go. Okay. The Musketeer stance.
Okay, so they just wanted to stop any early aggression because you can see Sirison didn't even have a look in towards middle and they're pivoting back towards A. So not as much harassment now down towards that forklift room. These scopes will be heard if there are players above with an elevator, but Zipex is passive on the site right here. He's, wow, on a bit of an island.
He really is. I think Astralis might have a misread here, or unless their reaction is flawless, Zipex is going to start hearing util, surely. 2 swinging AKs, an AWP to follow, flashbangs. He's going to have to tuck in. He has called upon Glaive for support, and they're on the site already. Keto just holding W, but Glaive has taken him down. That's 007. And Glaive's found a second before going down as well. Awkward now. Tizian wants to plant. The bomb's on his back. Searson in support, but he's lost his bomb carrier. Plucked from the air by Magisk over the smoke, and now all onto the 1 man. And so many bullets through that smoke. That's demoralizing. That's 6.
Oh, a quick recovery there from Astralis, and they saved so much utility. So notice how they played a bit more towards middle and 2 players over towards the B site. That helped facilitate that retake setup towards A. Knowing they didn't need to use so many smokes, Molotovs, and HEs in the early stages meant if there was a retake scenario, if it is that A bomb site, we've got the smoke walls, we've got the Molotovs to cut off the scaffolding position and help harass to get that diffuse coming on through. We know how much of a cluster these post plants can be, and Astralis were already planning for a post plant on that A bomb site in a worst case scenario. They get away without having to have anything too coordinated, so that's pretty good from them.
Yeah, really good. And so is this push from Glaive. Could you get any more info? If he goes down the ladder, I will squeal. Because Big Clan there, oh, it's a fast flank from Glaive. Okay, so we'll keep checking in on that as he works his way towards this, but at the moment it's going to be Keto leading the pack. What's the cue? A molly, a nade, and a flash. Magisk waits, bides his time. It's good flashbangs. It's given him 2. Keto opens up the site. Quite the announcement of his presence. Device taking heavy damage. The flank, though. Glaive finally arrives, only getting the 1. He's paranoid of short, rightfully so. There is 2 there, scarpering for Glaive's position. Searson.
Glaive's going to get caught off by this. No way he expects 2 of them.
Yeah. Oh, he gets 1. How does he get away with that? It could be enough to keep him competitive. Ace. Oh, and he's on for it as well. He started this round with 0. He was 007, and now he is shooting like James Bond. 4 bloody kills. And the flank, unfortunately, takes the wind from his wings. It's Dupree to shatter the dreams of the ace clutch. 7-1, Chad, and Dupree's on a mad one. Him and Magisk have got 22 frags. Big Clan in total have got 16.
Yeah, they're up struggle street here. And Tabson, Yanko rightfully so pointed it out. Big in the past used to have Tabson as the fragging leader, not the in-game leader. Ever since he's taken over that in-game leadership role, I think he's done a great job of managing the 2. But right here in the server now, he's really struggling. And this is the 3rd timeout being called from Big. We're already 7-1 as the scoreline. This game is quickly running away from them. And Tabson yet to get on the board just here. So if he can get activated, start finding some impact, he's very important as an in-game leader of this team. I think, you know, we've watched some of their games in the past and he's taking a lot of space, the same as what we talk about with the Blame F. So Tabson really needs to come come alive here. And so far, Astralis are the ones dictating how this game is going. It's only once they've been caught with their pants down, and that was a little bit of over-cautiousness, right? Doubling back, making sure they hadn't lost too much territory after some of those mid-kills. But regardless, we're back underway. The pause has come to its logical conclusion, and the AWP is back out for Syrison. Device the same. They've got the utility to work with. Big need to start finding frags. That's plain and simple.
And we're off. Dupree has had many successes in checking that angle for early B info, but Zentaris has timed it perfectly. He's already slipped the net. Nade does find good little chip damage, 84-5. Means the one-shot headshot is viable. Nade's confirmed there's B-Stairs presence. Molly's as well, and Glaive, you are brave. It cost him his life, though. That's a big opening frag for Big Clan here.
Yeah, that was setting him up. They had the flash ready exactly for that Molotov, but they turned away. They're able to recover, and now they have a big number advantage. Big cannot squander this. This is the type of round they need to be converting here, especially at 7-1 down. The bank isn't heavily built for Astralis. Device is the only one operating with any real residual cash. So one round win here might be worth a couple down the line. This is very diligent stuff here, just making sure they're forcing back any pushes for information, right? That close molly mag, that seems wasted, but it's going to stop them from seeking for mid-info. And with 50 seconds left, now we're retooling. We can see Big working up this A ramp. They'll be setting up their execute any minute.
And there's still 2 players invested to B, 1 into middle. This is a solo A hold for Zipex. That's a lot of pressure. It does look like he's hit the panic button. He's called for Magisk. The double smokes arrive, and he actually chooses to play behind them. Now, whilst the wild spray and tracer fire does reveal there's 2 CTs, this should be a completely uncontested plan. What's Device got in store for us? A nade? Not bad. Not Molly, though. Now he could drop it. It would be perfect. Oh, but the smoke extinguishes and the bomb goes down.
It might be a save call here. This is so difficult to get back into now. Device and Zipex both have smokes. There's only one flash for Syrison, but they're not too aware right now what they're dealing with. You can see Zipex even just checking over towards middle. So it looks like the save has been called already. And that's because of that financial situation I was just outlining. So the opening kill onto Glaive and then taking down Magisk, and that's all it takes for Big to find their second. Not as labored this time round as in the previous. And at this point, because these 3 saved guns will come through for Astralis, they can't just steal and run away with the momentum of the game. You know, we're not just going to get an Astralis Eco or an Astralis Force Buy with some P250s. This is going to be 3 saved guns, Device can drop another, and Magisk can buy in something on his own. So this will still be a very good gun round for Astralis here, even though the money is on a knife's edge.
I wonder if we'll get to see a bit more of that Astralis ramp aggression with the SMG on Glaive. We've seen time and time again, Big Clan have been able to arrive late to ramp and set it up, but it looks like a timeout's been called. It's a technical. So we will remove that HUD and just ride this one out. Astralis sitting at 7, though, and it seems that they're already ready, so that was very short-lived. We just timed out in the voice chat. So, having this info is insane, Chad, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like we're in control a little bit. You know? We're actually
I started throwing to the game because I could see we were going into game, and then there was a whole bit of pageantry that I'm unfamiliar with. Very exciting.
It's a whole new world out here, really. So we're expecting
all the time. I'll tell you their utility damage if you want. I'll tell you right now that there is 92 utility damage at the highest end of the server for Zipex. Tabson at 90 on the T side, which is kind of impressive.
Well,
okay, Glaive.
Told you. It looks like they're going aggressive for sure.
Trying not to sound too smug about it, but he has tucked him once again for aggressive ramp hold. 3 leaning this way as well from Astralis. This is a different setup, and these nades previously were very punishing. Amoli, more setup. Glaive, the flash is so good as the smoke fades. Magisk flash pops. And Tabson blind, they've completely pushed them out of ramp room.
Yeah, so that's huge. Take control of that within the early stages. Just forcing them straight back to B as the response, and Device is here with the AWP.
Oh, this could hurt. It's a powerful angle. As long as he hits the first, he even confirms there's more. Drops the incendiary, drops the smoke, and buys 15 seconds minimum. He's even got a little gap he plans to exploit.
Cheeky. Very cheeky here. They're going for the boost around the outside. I don't think they'll see Device until he over peaks, but don't worry about Device.
That B setup. It feels like Dupree's only ever there when he needs to be, whether it's the start of the round or the end.
Okay.
No fun for Syrison.
Yeah, hold on to that one, mate, or if you can, because some notes there. Astralis went back to taking more map territory, right? You could see how many bodies they dedicated over towards that A ramp. And if they want to harass Big in that manner, that's just a square room with 1 box as cover, right? Now, I wouldn't mind talking about Sonic Alex. In recent games, in matchmaking games I've been playing with Rushley, he's come up with this new term for the way that he wants to play CT side on Vertigo. And he says, I'm the safety net. So what he means by that is he goes wherever the hell he wants or wherever the hell he feels. And that is kind of what it looks like Glaive is doing, right, on the CT side. That's not the case. These are obviously well-rehearsed, well-drilled scenarios of how they want to take map control and where they want to apply pressure, exactly like that maneuver we just saw from Glaive. But you can see they're using him as a bit of a spearhead on the CT side to go for some of these aggressive plays. We've seen him attempt to go aggressive towards B in that previous round with the flash and pick up from the cutout position. We've had him multiple occasions now pushing aggressively towards his A ramp. Glaive is floating around wherever he, as the in-game leader, feels needs to be bolstered. And that is such a fantastic thing that we do talk about with in-game leaders, the ones who read the game. And if you're the one pivoting and you could just have your 4 other pillars doing their jobs, it makes your life a lot easier. And it helps that Glaive can actually frag. So he's got 10 to his name. That's going pretty well as we're getting into round number 11 here. Guns will be back out. More mid-pressure. Tizian's actually having a decent go of it against Magisk in middle. Has caught him off guard a couple of times. So maybe they want to change their port and have some more numbers come through here. Exchange of nades, Molotovs, and HEs back and forth we go. A bit of a rally.
Don't fancy Tamsin's chances of winning that dual try against Device's AWP, but the molly is much more promising. And he'll throw out his own. Oh, it's not ideal. He won't have the info now. He'd be peeking back in completely none the wiser, and that's what that incendiary is designed to solve. Searson, Keto into the site, another opening he's been providing. Device drops the smoke in order to support. Magisk, what can he do? A flash for the aggression. Tizian's even working on a mid flank here, Chad.
Yeah, Tizian's found some impact already through mid. How much more can he get when Sirison takes down Magisk as well? So he knows the mid play is dead. Tizian has a lot of room to work with here. Yeah,
3v4 though. Astralis have still got a good shot at this. They know Searson was around the sandbags. The molly fails as well. That's 2 failed incendiaries, costing Astralis, and the wallbang forces him out. And his flank is so good. It's round winning. Devices hit shots, but they're not ready for this. And it's a nice double. The last remaining Dane is miles away, disconnected from the pack. They will get that bomb down, and Dupree's been handed a dud.
Okay, well, another save here for Astralis, so there's a real chance that Big can start clawing this one back. And again, Astralis were maintaining a lot of their grenades. It's just that they got overwhelmed with that timing. Big opted to go for something a little bit more explosive. You could see how quiet they were with their approach up towards A, a little bit of utility over towards Scaff to make it look like a regular default. Yeah, we're spamming. Yeah, we're throwing the mollies. We're just going to push you back. But they exploded on the site, and the trades fell in their favor. And that position that Device finds himself in, stuck over towards short, you feel helpless over there. You know that your smoke's eventually going to dissipate. They've taken site control. You can get wallbang, peppered. You're in a tight corridor. It's so claustrophobic. And that'll be round number 3 for Big. So they're not done yet. Not by any means. A lot of Counter-Strike here to be played this evening. Now, we have some questions regarding the Astralis buy. Dupree can drop a gun, Device can buy one of his own, and the same can be said for Zipex. So that would only mean one player on the side of things for Astralis would be operating at a disadvantage, or on an SMG or a pistol. So still serviceable. This is one of the great things about Astralis, because of the saves, because of the percentage Counter-Strike, them never getting themselves into sticky situations if they can avoid it. You can see them having a lot more functional buys. Obviously not a full buy, but a functional buy. And Glaive's onto that UMP again. So a timeout, the first of which for Astralis here in this matchup. And it makes sense with how things have been going. They had 5 off the break. The one they lost is like, yeah, all right. And it's kind of felt the same for a few of these rounds as we've flowed down to round number 12. Tabson's still having a rough go of it here, Alex. 0 kills.
Oh, wow. I mean, like, I was kind of celebrating Keto's return to the server. I hadn't noticed that we still were waiting for Tabson's arrival. Yeah, 0 in the KD, 25 in the ADR. That's average damage per round. 25, certainly not enough to quite cut it. But lots of SMG sacrifices here for Astralis, trying to find a way in through alternate means. I like this from Dupree. Oh, but Keto, very quick reaction from him. He wins the duel he had no right to, and that's another one. Tabson's taken the aggression straight out of Glaive. And just in the opening 20 seconds, Big Clan find themselves with a 2-man advantage, and they're just looking to posture for a B finish here.
Yeah, there's so many nades to do this as well. They got a bunch of smokes, a couple of Molotovs to work with. It's just Magisk on the site right now, and he's in transition back towards middle. So it will have to be a gamble from Astralis here. If he leaves the site and they execute, it will just be another save call. this AWP on device is way too worthwhile, but he's going to drop a smoke. He might try and fight this here, Alex.
Yeah, I think he solved it. And his nade actually catches Keto. If he finds one more, it's game time. Avoids the flash. He's been spotted. Magisk swung on. And he somehow gets the chance to find the frag, eventually bowled over by Zentara's HG. Now Device and Zipex in a bit more of an easy-to-handle situation. You can see holding a slither gap on the cross. One has slipped the net. A second chance, and it's Zentara's across, and that's the bomb now. Scooped up and planted. No nades at all.
They can hang around
Save or just chill? Ooh.
Well, hang around to see if Device can hit a shot here through this pin gap. It doesn't look like it now, and I think it's actually spotted there on the jump. So I think if you just get a better weapon on Zipex, that's the best they can ask for here. There's no way back in. There is the defuse kit. It's not worth the retake. That'll be it. Device will save. Big are doing a good job here of battling back in. Tizian even wants to take this away. Very noisy about it. The bridge noise will not be made, but Device could have heard a couple of these footsteps. He's already scoped in. It's going to come down to where does Tizian think he's most likely hiding, and he might even catch him off guard here. Device is looking the wrong way.
Yeah, he's actually done it. Big find from Tizian, going so loud and timing it to the perfection. Device had no idea.
Bankrupt now. That was the only $1,900 loss bonus coming through. You can see that reflected right now in the residual cash for Astralis. So this should just be a save. We have 2,900 coming through in the next, and that means Big are looking very, very pretty for a 5th round. This has been a good bounce back. It was feeling very dominant early. I think it was the first 3 rounds of the game. There was only 1 kill from Big. And now they're back in the match for sure. Abson did find a kill as well. So he's on the board. He's got 4 assists to his name. Let's take another look at that utility damage, shall we, Alex? We got 155 now for Zipex. He's leading the way. 135 for Dupree, 130 for Magisk, 100 for Device. You got 4 players with over 100 utility damage this early in the game. I guess it's the CT side. A bit easier to lob those nades in. Just have a little bit of a tech issue, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get this one back underway for you momentarily. But if you missed the matches today, you would have missed Complexity getting eliminated from the tournament, losing 2-0 to that of Vitality. And before that, it was North America's representation, Liquid, against Heroic. And I think that was a surprise to many to see Heroic pick that. To see Liquid pick that one up in a 2-0 fashion. It was a 16-11, 16-14 scorelines on those 2 maps.
I'm sorry, I was so distracted by the conversation the players are having. It's actually kind of funny. I was...
It's good to see their friends.
Yeah, they are. They were asking what
they're
drinking in their Astralis cups, and I don't know if they could guess from, like, our viewers could guess, because I didn't have Device down as a chai latte kind of guy.
I guess it really depends. Like if it's a packet chai latte, or if he makes his own.
That's
true. Do you reckon he's making his own?
It's definitely not the pre-packaged sachet things, you know. Like Device probably gave up on them after TSM. You know, like he's an Astralis player now. He's probably long past the sachet chai lattes. He's more onto the. I mean, I imagine he's picking it in his own garden, drying it.
Well, that's one of the things I've noticed about when we watch Big is that they always love their fruit, right? When they're always snacking, you know, Tizian and Tabson, they got a bloody bowl of strawberries between them, or there's some watermelon in the mix. They're always having a good time on the fruit. And I was thinking, is that going to become the new land snack? Are they going to be now, when we get back to land, a strawberry's going to be high? Because it was always bananas before, right? We always knew bananas were on the list. But we might start getting more fruit showing it. We were talking about the persimmon last time we were in person, Alex. So,
yeah, in persimmon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. All right, guys.
Anyway,
here we go.
Fortunately, is there to save you and hopefully to save Big Clan. They have not got much to play against here. This should be the 5th and continue to run with this comeback. We've seen them string together what has been 4 of the last 6 or 7 rounds of play. And okay, Keto's just been overwhelmed. If they get a second, it gets awkward, but Zentara's spray control is second to none. That's a quick 4 kills for Zentara. As a bit of a padding of the stats.
Wait a
Zeus
minute.
kill.
Hold up, Alex. I was about to start playing the record. All right, guys, they're going to play this one really slow to bait out all of the utility so that they have to reinvest and any damage that they can do to hamper the economy. But I think Astralis are also fed up of that narrative in 2020 and decided just to rush B. So that was very nice. Thank you, Astralis.
We take those.
I really appreciate that. Let me tell you. And now we get the fire underway. So we get back into the good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Straight into the gun rounds. It's going to be not a great fight by any means. I won't lie to you. There's going to be M4s for sure, but we're not going to be dealing with too many Molotovs. I think we'll be unlikely to see a defuse kit at all for Astralis here, as the money doesn't make that possible whatsoever. So let's see. Can Big grab another? 8-7 on the half. They would be very happy with that. Straight over towards B. Sirison posted up with the AWP, dealing with any early aggression. Dupree more passive now. Zipek's taking a chunk of damage, and Glaive, well, he's back down on that scaffolding position. So they want to go for this same pick. They don't have as many nades to deal with the crowd control. Comes the mollies, the smokes, the flashes.
Oh, that's
and the frags.
Yeah, that's a nice conversion there. Dabson rocking a hard place as the smoke faded. Magisk was holding it. Dupree's playing with fire. He's getting hunted down. Keto boosted up. Oh, and what a reaction from Tizian. Dupree, not long for this world. 3, 2, and 1. Keto's opened up B. Big Clan locking it down. A good incendiary. That's Keto just having a round here. Doubles up onto Zipex. Even smoking on the molly. He's demanding respect. Magisk catches some of his own with a great spray onto Sirson.
Oh, this is a big kill here. If Glaive gets this, there's a chance now.
Yeah, it's become realistic. Keto's going to have to continue, and Magisk is playing in the smoke. He's trying to nutmeg him. Oh, and quick reactions. It's a Keto round. That was good. Great stuff delivered when it matters. Big Clan find their 6th, and suddenly this series gets competitive.
Yeah, now this is looking as good for an 8-7 as it was for Astralis running away with 11-4 much earlier in the piece. Big have done a great job of reeling this one back in, considering that we had Tabson there without many frags for the majority of the game. Still only has 2, mind you. Keto, 4 of his kills were in a round that they didn't even win, and it was just upgraded pistols. So we're finally starting to see some impact. This is just going to be a scrappy menagerie of a buy for Astralis in the last one. Some pistols, some SMGs, Famus is in the mix. They need to find frags. They need to do some individual damage.
Oh dear. Oh, he sees him.
Hello.
Okay, gets the frag, and we are into a 5v4 off the break. Tabson, that's
nice
2
upgrade.
uncomfortable deaths in a row for him, and it could very well translate into that 9th against the odds and against the finances here with Famas 5-7. Dupree's always there. Is he ready for it? Woof, that's a quick angle for Dupree to win the duel. 5v3 now as Big Clan having this one just taken away from them. It's so odd how sometimes these rounds are almost handed on a silver platter.
See, that's the safety net we're talking about, Alex.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, ramp, middle, he probably go wherever he wants now. He just glaze wherever he wants. I'll go and kill him, guys. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
You just hold the map control and let the AK walk around the map. Sirson, he's trying to clear sandbags with an AWP.
Good luck, man.
I don't fancy his chances.
Me either.
Go on, man. Go on. Glaives. Go on. Zipex is going to be given a freebie. Or express delivery. Centaurus wants to deny it at least.
Well, now they know where Centaurus is.
Not ideal. Oh, dear. Zipex, just do me a favor and don't move. Now, maybe he's going to have to. Centaurus tries to force the issue. It is a 9-6 half, though. We will be seeing Astralis hold the lead on the surprise of Vertigo. Back after the break to see if the Danes can pull this one across the line.
Shadows, I've come to make a name, ready for battle, 'cause I got a throne to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, 'cause I'm not soaring down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster. Smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet, forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's emotion, the legend's spoken. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster I came to conquer. When you see me coming, better run for cover. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. They're looking at us, an audience. Keep telling us what we can do, but here we are, showing them, making them wish they were you. We've heard the most when it comes to
Team talks concluded. Big Clan ready themselves for war. Second half of the third series of our second day of IEM's Global Challenge on Machine. I've got Sponge hanging out with me, our resident Australian, ex-plumber, ex-professional Counter-Strike player, and all-round charmer.
Plenty of X's too, Alex. So
yeah.
let's get this one underway with the pistol round, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of utility for Astralis. 3 smokes that are operating Mega Sclave and Zipex have all upgraded into nades. It's going to be the Kevlar for Dupree and Device, the double Ds, and the flash early is good, but Dupree is better. Keto gets absolutely destroyed.
I mean, we started with Dupree fragging on B stairs, and looks like we're going to continue with Dupree fragging on B stairs. Second pistol round and another double kill. This time entries into the site. Tizian, unarmored, he's the kit. And he's going to try and drop that in a convenient location, I suppose. I don't think it's going to matter. Dupree's just going mad.
Give him the ace, boys. Let him chase. Let him hunt. Let him have it.
Look at him go. He is a bloodhound, nose to the ground, sniffing out Searson. Looking in middle, hiding in CT spawn to try and deny the ace with a quick one tap of his USP. He's got one too, though. Dupree.
Oh, he's going to flank him too.
He is. What an announcement.
Oh.
Majesty,
Okay.
the thief, the scoundrel, the rapscallion.
Oh dear. The other day, I'm not sure if everybody at home caught it, but it was during one of the Furia games, during Blast, I believe it was, and Art was on Nuke Yard, and he gets these 4 kills, and then I believe Yuri comes in and steals the last one. And they're obviously in the same room as each other when they're playing, and they both just stop and look at each other in game, but they're also looking at each other in the room. They're just staring at each other, not talking, because Yuri's stolen his bloody ace. I'd be feeling the same if I was Dupree just there. But we're straight back into things, and Big are going to force buy again. So another pistol down the drain, and the Deagles to follow. Scout for Sirison, of course. Early smoke towards the top ramp, and that's an interesting one from Big just there.
Zataris does have the line of sight for that shot, but nothing quite connecting. And all they've done is show face on A. Now, that's a great Molotov to ensure you don't have to be dealing with anyone on one side of your entrance into B, but Keto being boosted up, he'll turn the flash and have a free shot here. It's going to be about reaction times more than anything here for Astralis. If they walk multiple targets out, great shot. Ooh. Great shot from Keto, and he gets away with that. Hunting for more. All of Astralis spotted. He'll drop the nade and back away. This is getting a little sketchy. Smoke will be going towards Jen's side. Are they really going to commit to this?
It feels like they are. There's a lot going into this. They almost have to go with it. They've used almost all of their utility.
Okay, and another chance for Keto to finish off the job. This is getting a little awkward. Device only finding 1. Big Clan set for 7. Searson's even arrived with a scout. That low HP on Device is going to make things so awkward. And Zipex has only got a Mac 10 for shots like that. There's an AK for him to retrieve. I'm surprised he hasn't.
Is that a 3 damage dink?
Oh, Oh, the most impossible shots, and it's against a scout as well. Zipek's now recovering an AK at the cost of half of his health.
They should almost save here in this situation. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but that was pretty clumsy right there from Astralis. It was a bit rushed. They had plenty of time to work with, but decided to go in for the all-in towards B. And once they were denied that space, once Glaive went down, that was all she wrote. So tabseN's going to go hunting and see what he can find. They might do a good enough job to hide in plain sight here. Zipek's just behind the stairs, device tucked in towards the spawn, and the footsteps are heard now, but it shouldn't be close enough. Device punishes tabseN, and they're lucky to walk away with the 2 AKs there. That is a very curious turn of events. Big have done a phenomenal job, and that was all just off of this opening pick from Quito here. You can see probably don't slow Crab walk out into that position, as there's plenty of time to ready his aim.
I didn't catch him doing the flashbang dance when he was jumping. My eyes just aren't trained like that. But that was obviously why it looked more clumsy than perhaps it was, just fully flashed in a Molotov. I mean, can't blame him. Oh, fully flashed again. Speak of the devil, Dupreez catches a glimpse of one, doesn't manage to pull the trigger on his deagle. Action on ramp as well. tabseN throwing out a bit of early util and the deep smoke towards that sandbags area. CTs have got plenty more util where that came from, and as I say that, more is deployed. It's a passive smoke towards short, but there is a little gap for some. Device is just going to hold it for now, though.
This nade might do a chunk of damage here. Perfect. Look at that. Straight in the back pocket. Device down to half HP. Here's one of these saved AKs.
You're right. I mean, at least the rest of armor, but he's probably going to want to hold on to that for as long as he can.
They're just waiting out as much harassment utility as they can here. They have smokes to operate with to go for a basic A execute. We can get the 2 smokes on the back of the site and they can try and plant. But all in all, Big would have to give them an opening kill here to really open the door. It's going to be labored no matter what Astralis do. Because if these AKs can't find heads-up duels to go for picks, they're going to have a rough time of it. There's no flashes to initiate. There's no Molotov to clear sandbag. There's no HEs to harass behind their smokes. This is difficult.
But it's doable. That was the dual device spent so long and half of his health waiting for. tabseN gets the info for free. 30 seconds. Chad, this is the picture you've painted. They're just going to have to commit. They are so gambled up short, though. If they push this...
It's timing.
Timing gives them something. Another tag. Centaurus is low. Astralis, so is the clock. And another frag comes in. CSN, that's a quick shot with the scout. Zipek has to plant. Can they knock him off? Oh, the bullets! They're so close, but he gets it down. The round goes on.
1 HP.
2 frags. Big Clan now have an advantage. The kit's on Tizian. Glaive, how are you supposed to clutch this? Oh, I see how. Distract. Rot the clock. Survive and find and draw attention. Even finding a frag. He's taken it. Nearly a second. He's being pushed on short, but Dupreez is the backup. Glaive has done all he needs. He doesn't need his help. It's just Glaive. Majestic as ever.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What an absolutely horrible round for Big to be losing. Everything was done perfectly. Harassing with utility, not giving away picks, playing together within the late round, making sure that they couldn't be isolated. And then as soon as they flub just there, they're unable to pounce from that scaffolding position and get any damage done. They're forced into this position, which is worse. Their loss bonus, it's not looking great whatsoever. They have to use their last timeout already, and we've just started the second half. And I can see Sirison on the scout, tabseN onto the deagle. I'm surprised there's not more head in hands right now because Big need to bounce back. They can't allow Astralis to get away with one like that. Oh boy, okay. Timeout has concluded. It looks like Big are going to be upgrading quite significantly here. I feel that the game right now rests on this forced by wars that we're about to see. If Astralis are able to string this next round together, then Big will have no choice unless they save a couple of guns to concede. And at that point, I feel like Astralis will be in the driver's seat with 13 rounds. So this is a very, very important one for Big to bounce back in. Not all of their eggs in one basket, but most of them.
That smoke's gone under the map. Don't think that was calculated. You have got some cojones on you.
Well, this is a one-way here. Sirison can pick over this. They need to be careful.
Ooh, he gets tagged for his troubles, and they want to try and punish. Glaive takes a wild spray, and he still re-peaks it. Sirison That is a colossal opening frag, and now suddenly Big Clan can actually run with that. They've taken down Device, 2 AKs in the mix. k1to has not fallen foul to any sort of temptation to go aggressive. And I say that, Tamsin might be taking a leaf out of the aggressive book, and does cost him his life.
Clay's been great. All over the place.
Oh, great reads, and this is a very important duel now for dupreeh and his teammate.
Ooh, they think better of it. And that is the right call, because if they swung into B lobby just there, that's a field day for k1to. Perfect weapon for the job. He even has utility to work with. But now they can actually hedge and start rotating back with only 30 seconds on the clock, and k1to seeing nothing. They could gamble.
They could, but they haven't. Zentares. Molotov out of position. Searson scout going to be completely smoked out, but there's Zentares just straight up through the smoke headshot. They get the advantage again. He's lined it up for the wallbang. And Glaive, oh, he does go down. Searson's got every lineup. He's such a nerd. Such a good gamer. Smoke towards short side. Zipex and dupreeh. Chad, I don't know how they're supposed to stop this defuse.
Oh, dear. Well, at least they just tapped it, so there's that positive in the column. But yeah, the time is of the essence here. They need a pick. They need a fight.
And Searson is such a nuisance. That's his round. 3 kills with that scout. He re-peeks after being tagged on his own one-way, finds the header device and builds on that as he holds A. Zentara is a wild smoke shot as well. Give him credit. Puts the 7th on the board. And you said, Chad, that was going to be a very determining round. You can see what that's done to Astralis. This gap is about to close. And this is the nonsense from Zentara's first bullet. No. Second. For good measure. Zipex's head wasn't far away from the double. That would have been even more ridiculous. The lineup from Searson, though, he's done his homework. And it's good to see the homework paying off.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Astralis were even able to get the bomb down, considering all those wallbangs and spams. And they're even going to, off of that plant, opt for the buy. Zipex onto the AK, 3 Deagles and a UMP. This is them not wanting to give up on the 4th time. And Searson, again, the scout strikes.
It's an AWP in his hands. It's a Searson patch, $1,700 for an AWP, an opening frag against the full investment from Astralis. dupreeh's having his fair share of trouble in Strife versus k1to.
Oh, this is a real problem for Astralis. They've just heavily invested. They went all in, and they've already lost an opening man. They've had to drop that AK across because
he's gonna die!
dupreeh just gets melted. Is the body gonna fall? Yeah, that makes sense.
Backflip. Okay. Well, I'm afraid Astralis is, oh, even better. The Molotov has completely denied the incendiary, or rather the smoke has. Zipex, it's good damage, but I'm afraid, yeah, this is going to be a nice 9th.
All right, so I really don't see anything coming off this AK and this UMP. So we need to just start considering this as Big's night. The fact that they've been able to dissuade this and deal with these early, more aggressive maneuvers from Astralis, it's going to set them up, and they will have to take that save right now, because the loss bonus going into the next round for Astralis will only be $1,900. So you're not getting a lot done with $1,900, not even in real life these days, let me tell you. They're giving it a shot. They're giving it a look in. Zentara should mop up both of these kills very easily. Just towards Sandbag. He's hearing all these footsteps, knows where both are. He's just going to wait until they swing up. Very, very good stuff here from Zentara. And he might not even get a kill for his hard work. There it is.
What a courtesy. And they get themselves all of those Kalashnikovs for free. Wielding their enemies' weapons into our 21st round. And, well, Astralis, speaking of weapons, won't be buying a single one. Just rocking the Glocks. Last time, they gave us the privilege of a quick
yeah, okay.
charge.
I don't know if they'll do that again, especially now that they're on the T side. This might just be one of these extremely passive scenarios that you've all come to love and hate, and probably more so hate in 2020. Just bait out this CT-sided utility. Glaive's just having a look in here. He puts them on notice. I think the footsteps were more than enough just to scare them away from any real indication of a fight. But the goal for Astralis in a round like this is to keep Big's economy honest. Run around, take a couple of jewels, bait out the utility, make sure all of those Molotov splashes, smokes, and HEs are expended. That's money they have to rebuy with. And then, as Glocks in the final stages, all 5 of you, see if you can run down one man, see if you can get yourself a kill. It's all about the dollars in Counter-Strike these days. And, well, Tabs seeing dollar signs, 4 kills for him. Zentaris to finish off Zipex. And, well, now we should get back underway with the gun rounds. One of the notes, Astralis will not have an AWP to contest with big, and they're not operating with one at this juncture either. But the bank has been built for big, so they lose this round, they can get a gun round going forward. I think I want to see something a bit more convincing out of Astralis.
We've seen a lot of individually convincing stuff. I mean, Glaive, Magisk, and Dupree have all had their moments in the sunshine. You can see 18 frags distributed evenly amongst the aforementioned names, but Zipex and Device yet to really have too much impact, especially here on the T side. It is going to be more difficult for Device to get up and running. I mean, admittedly, he is no slouch on the AK, just yet to see too much of that. This is going to be Astralis back on them, though, after that lovely clock cleanup. Look at his commitment to that spray. Full commit, even if it is up against Glocks. Very stern face from Magisk, as well as he realizes it's getting all too serious. 11-10, Big Clan looking to deny Astralis' 21st, if my memory serves. Yeah, this would be their 21st ESL event, making playoffs in a row.
It's a pretty big accomplishment.
Big Clan can deny that.
All right, well, let's see where this one lies, shall we? Astralis, clear indication they want to apply some pressure over towards A, but Sirison actually looking with this AK. This is a little bit outside of his playbook, normally operating with the AWP. Sirison's actually taken ladder control.
Spicy.
This is huge.
Why is he just like the player everyone wants to be? Like the flicky, stylish AWPer and the aggressive rifler? Like, what's going on? He's cosplaying as everyone we want to be.
Well, this is a problem for Astralis throughout the entire round. Flushing this out and being aware that this is a possibility is one thing. You can see Dupree.
He's checking it.
Yeah, he's got his attention drawn there, but it's probably one of those things that going through practice, they're aware that there could be this gap, but how likely is it that somebody's pushed? I'm not sure if Magisk saw Sirison crossing by any means. And they're retooling straight over towards A, so this flank will be fast.
Who's been told, watch the flank? You know, Rush, can you work that out for us when they start going so we know whose responsibility is and who's going to be checking in on Sirison? For now, Tabson throwing out that nade, doesn't find any targets just yet. Looks like it is Dupree who's being tasked with it, so we'll see how his patience interacts with Sirson's. 45 seconds though, Chadney.
Yeah, and they're setting up the execute now. They've got smokes to work with, 2 of which for the site and flushes, but these have to be picture perfect. This is all they're working with right now, Astralis, and time is of the essence. 2 players isolated on the site. If they go, they might be on for a bomb plan at least.
Yeah, and Sirson and Dupree, it's all about timing. Oh, he's thinking about changing away, but Sirson's been spotted. The flank, all that waiting for naught. Zipex to plant an alternate angle, and he's been caught by the spray there. Zentaris doesn't manage to finish him off, so the bomb goes down, and Tito's flank does pay off. What a transfer. Takes 2 of them. And now kicking and screaming is the rest of Big, looking to finish the job. Tabson going down on the short push, does keep it in level. Pushing forward. Zipex is dual here, and he's missed it. It's all onto one man, Device. And he's hoping he can time this right. I think he can. 5, 4, 3, gets it. Is there time? I don't think so.
It's gonna be really close. He might have it. Oh my God, Zentaris. What a trade, what a defuse. Easy you like. Hold that E key and get big. That 11th round. We're tied up at legs 11 here. This one's very, very close scenes. Astralis, they're on notice now. Plan's good. It might facilitate a bit of a buy, but Keto's flank was better, right? We were worried about that Sirison flank. That gets dealt with, but thinking of a second man coming through, especially that staggered, there was no trade potential. The double kill there, that's everything. So a huge multi-frag from Keto to help secure a round for Big Clan. And, well, Astralis is seeming very stubborn in their approach. Normally, I'd see them go down to these rounds where they can have full utility. They continue to operate a little bit hamstrung here. A Deagle for Magisk. Utility, again, very skimp. Just this indication of back over towards A. Maybe an explosion, something a little bit quicker here because they've been given a lot of room.
Oh, but the setup is so strong. Zentaris holds, so does Sirson. One misses, the other hits. Zentaris takes the opening frag. Big Clan battling down the hatches here. Oh, and there's more where that came from. Wallbangs, nades, it converts another. Zentaris. And the wallbang back ain't far off. Good damage at least.
I feel like Astralis need to take a timeout and Zonic needs to get on the headset here. They've done so many of these weird rounds to just stay in I guess, contention as far as the economy is concerned, but Big have now blown out. You know, we've got a couple of players operating around 4K, a couple operating in excess of 5K. So
it's all the product of those two, like those when they saved AKs on T side. They can't.
Yeah, but this is feeling more like I'm watching Na'Vi than I'm watching Astralis, right? Astralis are the type of team who need all the nades because they're so good at conditioning with that utility. And now, oh my god, the info peak. He might call this clear. They might start rotating away.
Not when Magic throws the util down and they're going for the plant again. Dupree! Oh, come on now. There's no way he gets away. Yeah, he's been punished eventually. And I mean, this is just, you'd say redundant, right? Need a frag now. Device tries it. Tries his luck. Keto is working on the flank and timing. Couldn't be better. Takes down Device, and it's only Magisk with 5 to find. And Keto's making short work of it. Xantares and Keto get all of the kills necessary for the 12th there. And Big Clan actually taking the lead here on the CT side. We can see that their bank is swelling. Astralis' confidence is waning, and they now hold the lead as well.
Alex, Keto started this game 0-0-7. He's now top fragging for his team. 20 kills to his name and a lot of impact with those. And of course, we are now will see Astralis take their 3rd time out here in map number 1. And it might be a little bit, well, it's not too late, right? The game's not lost at this point, but if they don't change their approach in terms of their next gun round and they go in looking half-assed like they have for these last couple, Big will close this one. They will not falter here. Astralis are opting to buy yet again. The plants continue to facilitate this. You think about the max loss bonus plus that plant coming in time and time again. But these 2 rounds that they've posted so far on their T side is the pistol round, round number 16. That was 4 kills from Dupree. And then look at round number 18. That was Glaive. It wasn't a 1-on-3, but it may as well have been a 1-on-3. Those are the only 2 rounds so far that Astralis have been able to throw on the board. So Big are the ones who are looking like the better team here in this second half. There's still not going to be an AWP for a Device here. Now, not the end of the world. He hasn't needed to operate on that on the T sides, but Zipex is even down to a Mac 10. So they need to make something of this round here, Astralis.
Interesting. Early sound cues A with util. And
There's an opening. That's nice.
Opened up to B. Now he remains silent. And his team plan to group up. Oh my god. They're changing their mind more than I change clothes.
Well, at the moment, Alex, I'd say for most of us, that wouldn't be too hard. I think I've been wearing the same clothes almost every day.
Yeah, this one perk, I guess. Now, back to A, and I'm not going to write them out, but Xantares is getting this info so safely, they'd have to just break through this crossfire. Tabson tucked in the corner, and Xantares to swing. It's not easy, especially when you haven't got that AWP trying to punish the jump peak. Zipex to swing wide, try and draw the crosshair from his teammates. That's the bomb, though. They're actually only going to boost on the box. So now
run boost.
He's going to be spotted. And that's Tabson's first. And a second. Lines them all up. Xantares is trying to draw fire elsewhere. The swing from Magisk. It's no issue for Tabson.
Oh, look at this.
A massacre, triple kill, round winning, but not necessarily. Dupree and Device could change our minds. 30 seconds, it certainly isn't an easy task. Both coming up rampant, they're coming up loudly. The smoke will deny Searson's hold. But he can throw an incendiary as well. Sketchy now. There's one sandbags as well, and Xantares can reveal himself. That's the penultimate frag. Searson seals the deal. 13, Big Clan. So comfy here on the CT side, and Astralis missing.
Yeah, I think this is just a result of not being able to get the full buy. I don't know if they're second guessing themselves. I want to give Big some big thumbs up here because of their approach there within the mid round. After they lost the opening kill, you know you have to play for info, right? We talk about Inferno. If you don't have banana or brackets control, you're screwed. Well, I think here, if you don't at least have an indication of what's going on in B lobby and what's going on towards forklift room, similar scenes, and they re-aggress. But Astralis, they bought in again. What is going on?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's worked out for the first. Device opens up onto Tabson and the panic button is hit. They're already up mid. This is deathmatch. Searson trading, switches to the AK. He knows it's going to get chaotic.
Hello?
And Glaive can find a headshot. Now an AWP. Looking towards CT. There is a gap for Tizian to punish Glaive. I'm not sure if he's going to be looking to his right anytime soon. He's so focused on middle.
Oh, Tizian's actually found the perfect timing on this.
He has.
Glaive's dead.
Clean. And now a 2v2. Astralis, they're trying to turn the tide of this battle with constant pressure. On to Big Clan, and so far, this is the closest we've seen in some time. Dupree, though.
You can see the head.
Really good chance to punish it.
Tizian saw just the top of the head there.
Dupree hasn't seen him, though. And Zipex, oh, that was important. Dupree saves his teammate. It all falls to Keto. You know, he's the B player. You know he's the B player. And he readies his aim, and he unloads the spray. Oh, this is a disaster for Astralis and Big Clan. Given a gift by Keto. Started this game 0-7. He's 22-18, and he's secured the 14th.
Jesus. Oh dear. Astralis, they're making the right, they're finding the right kills. You know, they found the right frags there. They were just so scared to get onto the site, and Keto, right place, right time, yet again. Oh dear, it was just a half investment there from Astralis, and finally we see this full buy. It's round 26. This is the first time in the second half Device has had an AWP to operate with.
All right, well, I'm enjoying the game at least. It's definitely an unusual taste to it. It's got a bit of an avant-garde flavor. Keto, in the same position that Dupree used so well in his first half. It's the reason he's got 22 kills. He has been matched, though, by Keto, and they're in a standoff here on the B site. The lurk on these stairs.
Doesn't look like either of them are going to blink right now. And Astralis, I don't know what their end goals are going to be. They've really been struggling to get territory. Finally, mid's taken, but Dupree might get pantsed. Oh, deep breath. That's a kill at least, but I'm still not sold. Astralis, they're going towards B.
Look at him go! Tizian, desperate to deny. A missed shot from Device. So many chances. This time Device does connect. And looking to peek even further. That's quite the shot from Zipex. Astralis, they have a man advantage. Two-man advantage. Zipex has got the bomb down, but Tabson's there to punish. He does knock him off his perch. Bombs planted for the stairs. They don't have to give him these fights, but a smoke will force them.
Oh, this is good.
It's really good. Device is going to be forced to swing. He's getting hunted as well. Oh, okay. Spots him. He's on the boxes. He screams it, but Tabson's still fragging. Still hitting headshots. What was a 4v2? Now there's a smoke on the bomb. Bigger doing everything right. Glaive has to do two things at once. There's a defuse in the smoke, and they get it. Astralis are getting humiliated here by Big Clan. A 2v4 ninja.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The wheels are falling off right now, and Big, it's full steam ahead. 1 round away here from picking up map number 1. We spoke about the fact.
Two next.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Like with the, I guess Big are going to be feeling fired up. They got drubbed just the other day. There's no doubt about that. But they might have been expecting Dust 2 to crop up again, so they would have prepared. They would have looked into what went wrong.
No way. They've got this game. This second half has been just a perfect example of a team getting everything going their way. I say it as Dupree changes the dialogue. 3 quick frags for Astralis. Looks like they've been incited into a frothing mouth and an unadulterated rage. Into a frothing mouth and an unadulterated rage. They are not happy, and neither's Dupree. He gets 2 entry frags, and well, this round slightly less adrenaline pumping through our veins, but
yeah, what does it take Astralis to get to 15-11 down, and then they're going to start seeing them have a couple of clean rounds? Because it's just been, for the majority of this game, while we are on board with Device here on the chase. Jesus Christ. I think they're angry now.
One more clean one tap. All right, Dupree's going to take it. So yeah, he goes and opens up on B, finishes off on A, and Astralis, for the first time this half, have got a convincing T round under their belt.
Yeah, that's bang on. This is the first gun round, at least by my Counter-Strike handbook, that Astralis have picked up in the second half. So, oh dear, Big have really, really made a match of this one, but unfortunately for them, they now have to operate at one of these half-buy scenarios themselves. They don't have enough money to justify this, and the fact that they are sitting on 15 means they don't have to. So just take the partial investment. Tizian with the Deagle. It's great. He wins the duel onto Magus. He was winning them in the first half when he was on the T side, and now he's doing it again. It's a great opening.
Got such a strong mental game. Device, though, has managed to punish Searson's Hunt for ramp info, and they're going so loud here. Molly sandbags and charging, holding W's, and Tara is so disconnected from this defense. He's going to have to hope that they just put their head into his crosshair. And wow, not a bad flick. Good damage inflicted. Astralis don't have to rush this plant, but it does seem like they want to try and get it down ASAP. Just as the utility arrives, so will the plant. Glaive gets it down on the safe spot.
They may as well give this one a crack. Yeah, there's no... I guess the loss bonus is one of the keys, so maybe hold on to that AK-47, but otherwise, see if you can do a bit of extra damage. Astralis are the ones who are having to operate...
He's work out what he wants to smoke.
Where do I smoke again, guys? Hey, Saracen, watch my screen and tell me...
Yeah, there? Okay.
9, ja, genau.
Ist gut? Ja, Mann, geil.
Mega.
Ist so geil für Astralis do.
Oh, don't, Alex. If you start casting... If I lose you and you go casting bloody 99 damage or whatever it is...
Welcome to 99 damage!
99 the last balloon. Oh, wait, hold up. Yeah, I don't know. That's the only one I remember. That and some Rammstein. But, okay, this is a very close game. So Big have been able to get the buy back on the board here. Astralis need to post 2 more rounds just to take us to overtime. And they're looking much freer. They're looking a bit scrimmier, taking more heads-up fights and duels here.
Yeah, but look at this. Yeah, I told you he's an impact player. He's done it with Deagles. He does it with FAMAS. Trade from Tabson's new. Oh, not far off. He gets it with 16 HP to spare, and Device is once again working up short. Now, previously, Searson got caught out. This time, it's Device that meets his demise, and Big Clan 2 frags away from converting Vertigo. Astralis on Big Clan's pick, falling short of the mark, especially on their T side. But Device and Dupree, or rather Dupree and Zipex, finding some frags. It's a double. Maybe there's more to be seen here on Vertigo. Zipex will be getting that bomb down as well as his util. That will make things difficult. And what is happening to Searson's health? The Incendiary truly disrespected, but it costs him half of his health.
But if they go for this one now and lose these rifles, they have nothing to operate with for the last round of regulation. This is a huge call to go for this right now, Big.
They've got so much util, but no kit, dude. No kit.
Yeah. They need to find a frag, and they need to find it now.
It feels like a save. It feels like this is just posturing. Or
They're
not.
going in.
They are. They're holding W. No kit for the retake. They'll have nothing for the final round of regulation. Zentaris pushes. He gets Zipex. They need to be on the bomb soon. Just have to deny the plant. They're not on it.
He can't find it.
They can't. They're going to have nothing if he takes the shot, and they lost it all. This game is stupid. It's back and forth. It's a tug of war. Both teams slipping in the mud.
Oh, no. Oh, look at the money for Big now going into this management here has been something colossal. But honestly, Astralis have started to play a lot freer in these last...
Ever since they conceded 15.
Yeah, you could see, and what I mean by this is they're taking fights in multiple places across the map individually. That was the key right there. Dupree getting 4 frags. So they're just going a bit loosey-goosey right now.
Yeah, this is loosey-goosey. This is Peter Rasmussen just saying, I want to win. And he's going to go and get boosted up by Magisk.
Hello.
Keto is pre-aiming. Doesn't adjust in time, and oh, you are so aggressive. Magisk sprayed for heads Tizian. And here's another aim duel. Tizian takes down Device. His scout again fills the feed against a full Astralis buy. Okay, CT smoke. We can all breathe for a second. He's going to try and peek on the other side of that, Searson. Oh man, he's got it all lined up. He's such a geek. One of my favorite players to watch. Needs to tuck in though.
Alex, this is so scary right now for Astralis. Magisk is basically the Walking Dead, right? They've given him the AWP here so that at least he can operate in some fashion. But Keto right now pushed up towards B. This is a hard angle to clear. Even if he goes down without a frag, the rotation from A should be able to get there in time. And they still have decent utility. Big can steal this one away.
He's going to be punching his desk if he goes down. Okay, a sigh of relief for Astralis fans. However, perhaps not. They hold their breath in anticipation again. Glaive wins his first duel, but caught with the pin pulled. Searson's only got a scout, and it costs him. Dupree's continuing his fragging spree. He's closing in on 35 now, as it's only Tabson to deny the overtime. 4 rounds in a row from Astralis. The loosey-goosey Danes back in the server. We go again. Overtime required to separate them here on Big Clan's pick.
Up, 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 1,000 miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement. we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of love. We stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hands. Travel like lands. It's just enough, oh yeah. Just for you, just a man. Just an ocean in the wind. We ain't gotta make plans. Fair enough, oh yeah. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. Like we're the two surviving pieces of something. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. And I know it feels like a light years in the making. Up, 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 1,000 miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement. And we go up, 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 1,000 miles of luck. Oh no, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand.
Opened their doors to Astralis this year and forced roster changes as they had never seen before. The team felt the brunt of defeat in July as they dropped out of the top 10 in the world rankings for the first time in 3 years. However, as the year continued, they managed to bring home a win at the Pro League Finals, and now with Glaive and Zippix returning to the team, the Wolfpack are reunited and ready to go for gold at the IEM Global Challenge.
Intel Extreme Masters continues with our global challenge. 34 frags in regulation from Dupree. Keto starting the first 7 rounds with 7 deaths and a big goose egg, turning it around. We have had our minds blown. We've had the game of Counter-Strike as it's known completely reversed at times. And well, we've got a double AWP to break it up, Chad, here in our first round of overtime.
Yeah, we weren't able to see it on Keto within regulation, but they're bringing it out in the first round of OT. And I think now Astralis might even be able to establish their T-sided game plan because they didn't use one whatsoever, it felt like, with all of those early buys. Now with the 16K, no dramas.
I like this from Searson. Glaive potentially has a chance to swing on him though, but Mad just gets such a free frag, and Searson on the retreat. Oh no, Glaive! He gets slapped by Searson. The German AWPer seizing control of the first round of this overtime. And that's before we've even seen the second AWP in play. The first has just dominated the mid presence. What have you got, Deve? What have you got? He'd be peeking into Searson as well. Oh, no way. So fast with the nade pulled. And the bomb delivered.
Well, they know they can rotate now. That's almost locked in their favor with that Molotov and smoke combo. The flash is great, Zantara's shot's better, and it's just zip. It's a 1-on-5. The clutch minister, sure, but I feel like the politicians go on holidays over Christmas, Alex, and that'll be the first round of OT for Big here. So great stuff from them. And this is the thing, right? When we were talking about Astralis in the early stages of this second half, the only 2 rounds that they had posted was that 4 kills on the pistol round from Dupree, and then that Glaive 1-on-3 that wasn't really a 1-on-3. Now, since then, we didn't get to see them establish too much of a pattern. They didn't work too much into the gun rounds that they wanted to run with. It was go over towards A with limited utility and weaponry and hope that we could find the frags. It was the loosey-goosey stuff that worked. I think we're back to that right now.
Charging, 3 of them, straight into Tizian, and the nade is oh so late. That's a hard shot to hit, just the tip of Glaive's head showing. Receding hairline glimmering in the vertigo sunlight. Mid is theirs, Astralis with some heavy mid control, and Flash Eaton, a second perhaps thrown his way. He's gonna peek off that. He's got to peek off that. Glaive's holding him. He's slipped the net.
This is so crazy. Look at how much territory they have. They have the whole mid corridor.
The limbo Tizian's in. He bails himself out of trouble. And a crucial frag from Zentaras. Oh my god, Big are just winning every duel they take.
Here comes the flank as well. tabseN's about to give these guys a wake-up call.
17 delivered. Big Clan coming into this overtime revitalized. It was Astralis throwing caution to the wind on their T side that found them 4 consecutive rounds to even start the overtime conversation. It seemed like they were perhaps, yeah, falling foul to a game that wasn't theirs. Starting to see a bit more of an individually driven games planned prior. That was tabseN's quick cleanup from the flank. They had no idea. And so, let's see, can Big Clan continue to close out their map pick here and then go to the very map they were punished on? What a run boost! Simpson just flying through the air, and he's actually got another opening. Doesn't matter if it's mid, doesn't matter if it's A, flying through the sky.
They can't even punish it. He gets the kill and he's already out of dodge. And there's the second AWP. Keto strikes, so Dupree's dead. The danger man's gone.
Let's go. Glaive scratching his head. It's rare you get to see Glaive looking out of ideas.
It can stay in this formation. They don't need to rotate around. They didn't lose any territory. This should be the 3-0 from Big.
It starts with Glaive. Behind Flash and a smoke on the site. tabseN's pushing to punish. Oh, and he didn't hear a thing. Quick reactions from Zipex. It'll be the start. It certainly doesn't seem like the finish is in sight. 18 for Big Clan. Imminent. He's got 30 seconds.
Come on, Zip.
Fight will be delivered to him.
Come on, mate. Looking for a Christmas miracle right now.
Christmas is just around the corner. Big Clan have secured themselves 18. And so just the magic number 19 is around the corner. They'll have 3 chances to close this one out, secure their map pick.
All right, well, let's try and reflect on what Astralis was doing well on this.
Look at that. So much acceleration.
He caught the nade. He just wanted to get there and express delivery to catch that HE right there. So he managed to get what he wanted. And it's going to be the double AWPs now for Astralis to kick things off. Dupree onto one, Device on the other. Oh, and the gap there from siRaNN almost able to find a frag. This aggressive play from Glaive, it was a key within that first half. So Big need to know this is a possibility. tabseN's tucked in. Reload's going to be heard. Yeah, watch this nade. Dunk in the back pocket. See ya, mate. Oh, the second nade missed. The frag's still good.
Okay, so that's the opening frag they needed, and the sound cue delivers. siRaNN, actually, is he sticking around? He's getting pushed now. Glaive's actually pushed into ramp, and yeah, that's another frag in favor of Astralis. The 19th, a little more elusive now. Smoke's thrown out towards the B side of things. That'll be towards construction. Molly as well. Dupree, ooh, yeah, flashed as he exposes himself. He realizes he might want to tuck in. 2 AWPs for the CT side. It's a valuable bounty. And in they go. First shot misses. Dupree. Oh, and Device is confirmed. He's peeking that side. Where's that bomb? It's on Zentaras' back, and he'll be punching in the digits now. Why do I feel like this is it?
Yeah, I feel like this is it as well. This is definitely very winnable for Big right now.
But I feel like it's it.
They all have taken damage other than Glaive. Big can definitely win this right now. Tizian's going for a flank. Oh my god.
Oh, and it's going to work. I can feel it in my waters. Keto just needs a couple. Delay. They line up for one. Another from Keto. It's demanded of him. It's not enough. Surely Tizian's not got there in time.
Default plan.
Yeah.
I don't see how he stops this.
Take a fake? No, okay, 3, 2, he can't deny it. He just can't. And Magic's even there to check it. So Astralis, a successful retake. We do go again.
I was with you there, Alex. It wouldn't have taken a lot to sell me a ticket to the show that you were ready to present, because it felt like Big had that in a 3-on-5 scenario. It's not the case. Astralis keep their heads above water, but it's still got dicey there. Take a look at the assists, by the way, for Tabson. He is having a triple-double right now. He's got 21 kills, 26 deaths, but what's standing out to me is the 12 assists. The poor bastard, 12 assists. He's just having one of those days. Back underway. Smokes out towards the ramp. Aggression from Zipex here. Can't get caught, but maybe Glaive will.
This is awkward now. The same nade and the same result. Oh no, they're getting massacred. Look at Searson just staring at a wall. Oh, and he's getting bullets thrown at him as well. It's really not far off. He can't really throw one back. It's not a likely shot to hit. He'll wait for it to clear, but already so is the defense. They just evaporate. Take that control. You can have it.
Why am I still scared?
Because it's Searson. And he's about to turn up. Never mind. Glaive's got this as well. Left to Tizian. Now he's often up to some hijinks, Tizian, with his big purple sword.
Yeah, I feel like that shouldn't be classified as a knife.
I mean,
it's so big.
Call that a knife?
This is a knife.
Thanks, Chad.
No worries, man. I even did it in my real Australian accent. I
Yeah,
put
that's
this
what
one on.
it sounds like, yeah.
This one on for everybody else at home, so it's a bit less grating. All right, well, maybe we're going double overtime. If Big pick this one up, that's map 1 in the bag. If Astralis manage to level the field at 18-18, we will be going again. We reset the field. We start with that 16K, and it's the first to get 4 rounds in overtime. They've actually opted. Tizian's got himself a secondary ult for the initial pick here. He left himself an AK at spawn, so this might just be for the early stages. And speaking of early stages, Zipex has just been chunked down. He's on notice. That's going to mean it's difficult for him to play around the short position because of the wall bangs that are possible. Kito's got B lobby control again, and you haven't seen too much of him on the T side, but it has been one-way traffic for Astralis thus far. They haven't opted for that A ramp progression this time, a bit more in limbo. Utility now being lobbed out from Big, just doing their homework as it were. Clearing out different sectors of the map, and it is looking like an A finish. We haven't really seen too many default A attacks so far. It's not been the smokes on site with the Molotovs behind it. There's always fighting and biffing, and there's going to be more.
Tough spray for Zipex. Tabson's punished him. That will be first blood Big.
Oh, they're going back as well.
It's a fake. Is that what they're trying to sell? But there's one all the way committed. Yeah, through short he goes. Keto does get met by Glaive. Tabson wallbanks for trade. Again, still an advantage Big, and they are walking into Dupree's domain. Previously, has been very, very potent.
He needs 2. Oh, he's committed.
Sound cue, he has to commit. And the wallbang's there. And one more from Dupree. He's found it. It looks like we go again. Searson's got 20 seconds to change my mind. Jumping across with a missed shot. Maybe he can hit it. His device. Molotov's not the best. He can hunt him. And Searson's hit the first 10 seconds. He wants to end it right here. And the scope's not there. Searson, a valiant attempt. We go again. One more overtime required to separate these two.
Clean sheet on the CT side from both of these teams here. We've been talking about which way does Vertigo fall. Is it a CT map? Is it a T map? It feels like it's definitely lent in that T direction. But here, Dupree did more than enough. I said he needed 2. He gets exactly that, and it's still a 1-on-1 for Magus to close. So a sigh of relief for Astralis as they get another opportunity at this. But Big, what are they going to need to crack this nut? It's the same duel. Dupree versus Keto towards B. You got Glaive doing the aggressive plays towards A. Tizian middle, either fighting Magus or Device in this occasion. Whew, all right. It's a bit of a slower approach here. Calling out that utility, something which Astralis are doing a great job of holding on to again, and already looks like Big want to finish towards B. Keto lobs out a molly. The rest of his teammates are behind him. And Dupree's on an island. The rotation is not close whatsoever.
Good timing for that smoke. And the first blood is found. Big are throwing their bodies into the site, and every single one has been met by lead. 4 HP. Dupree's not dead. Glaive does find one. Tizian feels defeat for the first time in Big Clan's favor. Bombs loose, and now Searson's fielding another. 2 names now, brown on blue. Tizian just needs 1 more to make it competitive. The bomb on his back. And if he clears quad, they have the site. And that information is theirs now as well. Astralis, where are they off to? 2 through middle. Magis confirms the bomb's going down. And they're going to go for a stairs flank.
This is very, very interesting stuff here. If Searson gets aggressive and is able to isolate a duel, that flank is where all eyes will be turned. Dupree might even have to be a martyr in this situation. Throw his body for the information for the team.
Magic's timing's everything. He wants the first shot to be shot. There it is. Oh, and so clean from Tizian. Takes the head off of Zipex in quick succession. And that's the overtime, first round of our second overtime, first map, third series, second day of IEM Global Challenge. We see 19, Big Clan boasting that. Device back on the AWP.
Yeah, he's not finding a lot of impact, old Device, unfortunately.
Yeah, again, it's Tizian. 1, 2.
Nice second shot, wasn't it? That was good stuff from him. This has been a team effort from Big. Everyone's had their moments.
That's a moment.
There's Device. That's some impact.
And here's more. Dink. Oh, it's through the box. No damage. Hard shot, hard duel. Zipex loses it. Back and forth, and Searson's... What is he up to? He's entry fragging with an AWP. And it's going to work out. Magis completely exposed. Did not expect it. Unannounced with his eye to the scope from the start. Device, though, you can see him. And does take him down. Needs another. He doesn't make those mistakes. It's Device impact all over the shop. 3 frags. 1 more required. The equalizing 19th. Nades landings, and Tares pressure, jumps and dies to the hands of Glaive. But yeah, you want some impact from Device, you get it.
Yeah, he actually took the fight to them this time. So grabbing that AWP, getting involved in the action, finding a very important first kill, and that actually set the rest of the round in motion. You could see there that Big were taking advantage of that early info. They were pushing on out, trying to swarm onto A, not ready for Device to have already rotated back over. That's how Searson went down, and the second is great. And Zentaris did have time to play out that clutch, but Glaive didn't want to give him anything there. So the last round here of overtime, number 2's first half. Feels like the CT sides have been the more dominant sides here this evening. So Astralis will be looking to get themselves the second. But Big are showing yet another approach, this time throwing lots of bodies through middle.
And Magiska's only got an AUG in this off angle. If he gets swung on, it's impossible to see a way where he gets more than one. He gets none. Searson tagged down, but it's a mid-split. And that's a missed shot from Device. He's going to have to make up for it. Zipex has caught one, desperately dropping his smoke for survival. It does enable him to escape, but straight into the arms of Tizian. And Dupree asleep at the wheel.
Miscoms.
Trying to retreat. Glaive's going to find him now, but uh-oh. It's another Tizian frag. The dude's just popping off. Big Clan take it 20-19, swapping sides in our second OT. And the magic number now has moved. The goalposts have moved. We're at 22, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, bang on there. So 22 is what they need to grab if we want to be seeing map number 1 come to its conclusion. It still feels like this one has a ways to go, because a lot of these rounds, it's hard to quantify this impact. Like right there, Device.
So hyped, dude. Tamsin's fired up tonight.
That's what we want to see. Them invested in this. This will be the first team through to the playoffs. This is a progression match.
I mean, to do it not only in a global challenge in a 500,000 prize pool tournament with the 8 of the world's best invited, but to do it against Astralis as well, to be the first team locked in for playoffs, that would be quite the statement made by Big to round out their year.
You know who the loser has to play here, Alex? Vitality.
Yeah. Vitality. He sees it all going down. Keto. The easiest first frag of the entire overtime. He watches it happen, sees their backpacks lining up. Device is pre-aiming this. The smoke from Tizian does indicate there's one hiding on that side. The molly will force him further back, and Device collects an easy 4th. Oh my lord. He just doesn't react in time. Keto can pull the trigger again. Where's the pressure? Keto just keeps hitting shots. That's 3. He's on for an ace. And that's not going to be a 4th. Zipex has managed to keep it competitive.
Everyone's here, though. The full rotation from Big has come on through. There's still plenty of time to work with here for Astralis. They could get back towards that A bomb site, but they don't know if any pushes have come on out. It is just Sirison, and I say just Sirison. He's really come alive. 25 for him now. Tabson searching for information, same as Zentares. They're trying to catch Astralis off at the pass here. And their options are getting more and more limited now. 30 seconds remaining. Glaive clearing out towards that forklift room. Zipex still just waiting and posturing. If Zipex makes noise on B, this might fool Big right now, but he's just waiting for any re-aggression himself. At this point, Glaive is being clamped on in on.
I mean, Searson's surely going to have to deny that plant unless he somehow just starts rotating in.
He can't help him at all.
Oh, well. Oh, he's actually missed it. He'll knife him instead. Style points. $1,500 extra, as if he needed it. And we have another map point. Big Clan hold a couple over the heads of Astralis now. It's not the first time they've been here. In fact, 4 in succession from Astralis took us to overtime. It was 15-11. Now Big Clan have another shot at it. Another go. They look like a better squad on Virgo.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that they've definitely come with a better approach here today. Astralis have used Dupree very well to keep themselves in this game. Speak of the devil.
Yeah. He'll come calling.
This all comes down to this duel because Keto's so committed, especially now the smoke's cleared.
There's more than one duel to be taken, and Keto only gets 1 for 1. That's a relief for Astralis. Tizian's on B, he's called upon the aid of another. No nades to be scooped up. Dupree's trying to min-max as hard as he can.
Oh, look at this annoying position so late round as well. There's still a minute on the clock, and he's searching for info. Big have been so active. Look how perfect this is going to be. Free pick. Look at that.
There's another coming. It couldn't really get better. The molly's good too from Searson. He's repositioned. You're peeking into his AWP. He knows the angles. Dropping a smoke now to delay them even further. Perfection. Searson wants to end it. 2 frags from doing so. 1 frag from doing so. It's only Magisk. And the better squad has done it. Searson finds his 30 at the final round of overtime. And you can see what it means to them. They've taken their map pick. And they will return to defend their honor on Dust 2, the map they picked and lost heavily the last time these two clashed head to head.